Hey folks, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to walk you through the new UI of Olly that we've been working on. There are a couple of major updates as well around voice mode and GPT-5 and overall design overhaul per se. So first, let's talk about the design side of the story. And this is something that we're still working on and we'll ship it. Before we ship it, we'll make these basic changes. Like you can see the logo is kind of broken here. All of these changes we'll make once we ship the extension. But you can see we have a fresh new look to the dashboard as well with some of the resources integrated right here. If you go to olly.social webpage, you would also noticeably see a huge difference in the landing page that we had initially. The idea or the reason why we have a lot of these here now is to make sure that we connect more with the users who are coming to the platform. A lot of the things on the landing page are still same, but we also have added this feature section, which is way more cleaner now than as opposed to the one that we had in the bottom earlier. We're also working on, adding some of our businesses and customers right here. So if you're interested, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to showcase your profile here. This will be clickable, so people who are here can actually go to your LinkedIn and take a look at your profiles. Outside of this, majorly the design standpoint, pricing has seen some overhaul. You can see it is way more visible now and has a 7-day free trial in case you want to start trying the product before you buy the product. We have this section where we kind of show the, at least from the data that we have, the growth our users have seen on these platforms when they use the product. The testimonial section, the FAQ and so on and so forth majorly remain the same. Dashboard has seen overall, like I already mentioned, from the design standpoint, we've added new sections which are way more vibrant as opposed to what they were initially. You can see these are way more cleaner than the ones we had here before. So the focus was to keep it minimal, but also make sure that the features that the users can use are visible to the end users per se. Now, all of this is UI side of things. We've also made some changes on the commenting bit, right? We have added something called voice mode, which is not yet live and should be live in some time. You need to make sure that you go into your settings and enable voice mode. And once you save and continue, like I said, this is still a beta version, but yes, it's synced. Go ahead and refresh it now. And when you click on the comment button, you can see this new option on voice. But go ahead and click here. It will actually allow you to input your voice, which will be a part of the prompt that we send to the AI model in order to generate the comment. Now, the question is why we did it. A lot of you said that the comment quality is not up to the point where you guys would want to see it. So this option kind of allows you to get a mix of both worlds where you have some input from your end and the prompt from our end in order to improve the quality of the prompt. So let's test this out. So let's say I am reading this post. I'm not going to comment on this. So let's say I want to comment on this post and I want to comment on the lines of why it's important to have patience as a founder. Now note that the accuracy here is not super good because it takes your browser text to voice to text, which also kind of depends on the microphone that you have. So in my case, microphone is relatively better. So I may get better response. So let's test it out and you need to allow this. I completely agree with this post. I think perseverance as a founder is super important quality of any founder, and the founder should always kind of build vision rather than building a product for the longer run. So you can see it right at this point, it did not record anything. I think it's possible because I'm using OBS to record my video right now. It's not taking the audio because the mic is occupied, but let's try it again. Maybe it works this time around. Patience as a founder is super important, especially building the vision rather than product in the early stages of when you're building a company. Yeah, I don't think it's taking my mic because I'm recording right now, but the idea is that you can actually input your own audio or you can type something out, right? So it is important to vision early on and focus on building the product forward. So right now we've added this support across a few platforms and does not support all platforms. And like I said, this is a beta feature that we want to test out. And I'm pretty sure once we have some understanding of how this goes, we can roll it out to more users. Building a vision is key. What's your favorite tip for learning and so on? So again, prompt engineering is something that we're working on for this bit. But at this point, we just wanted to roll out a beta version to see how the users are finding this. Obviously, before we invest a lot of work in the feature. I'm going to go ahead and comment. And then on top of this, we've also added support for the new AI models, In this case, if you're using OpenAI, you can actually select here and you should be able to find GPT-5 right here, which is the model that OpenAI rolled out only a couple of days back. This will be added in the upcoming release as well once we've done with the UI changes and so on. We're currently testing out to see if everything works. Then we make these basic UI changes and ship it to production. But yeah, I think broadly these are the major updates that we are rolling out with this. On top of this, there were certain bugs on Instagram that we've fixed. There were issue with the context piece for Instagram, which we've also rolled out fix for. Outside of this, I think everything looks fine. And we'd like to keep hearing your feedback with respect to how you're using the product. If there is anything else we can improve in the product. And yeah, I think the overall goal is to make it more aligned towards agencies in the longer run, and we're trying to do that with the design updates and so on. And I think this whole update comes from one of the users of Olly. He mentioned that why not make it more oriented for agencies and businesses, and that's why we're working on these updates. If you guys have feedback, please let me know. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.